Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural episode of Hotdog and Handshake podcast with Mike and Sean. We have with us the most special of guests. Oh, that's right. The most special of guests, the immortal, the infamous, Flophouse as fuck, Joseph Schwartz. It's Joe, buddy.
Hey, guys.
How are things? How you been? It's been a while since we've talked to you.
Things are good. Things are very, very good. Despite all the chaos in the world, things are good. We're making it good. We're making our own luck these days. We're making our own happiness now.
Good, and that's what you got.
Figured it out.
Forge our own path.
Yeah, got it. I think all of us are starting to figure out what we got to do with all the craziness that's happened over the year. And now we're all kind of like finding out how to do our thing and maintain our happiness. So
how to live again, man. That's all we got to do.
Good.
And speaking of living again, it looks like your new wrestling life, and I say that because you are a new person per se.
I am a man reborn.
Looks like it's doing really well. What have you been up to? Since this pandemic started, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
So, before the pandemic, I was really everything. I was working full time at I had a job at a hotel. I was kind of really getting a little tired, just exhausted from wrestling and and all that good stuff. And then the quarantine just slapped us right down. And I actually took that time to refocus, rebuild mentally, physically, reprogram, unlearn, learn new, all that good stuff.
Reboot, man.
Yeah. Reboot. So I told everybody that the reset was coming. And I know a lot of people don't understand what that meant, but it was an actual physical and mental. It was more of a mental reset. So when I came back to wrestling wrestling came back to the world, I was ready. And I had this new concept of what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be. And as I gained confidence and I got comfortable with it and got to know myself over the quarantine and I got to know myself in wrestling a little, who I wanted to be.
Sure.
I decided that I had to do something about it. I was bitching too much. I felt like maybe I am just bitching too much at the sky, before quarantine. And I was I don't want to bitch that much, but at the same time, I need things to change. I need to. I don't know if anybody else does. Other people might be very happy, but I feel I needed change. And I felt like there's other people that felt the same way. So, man, we just decided to throw a big party, and the party turned into a big party, which turned into a pay-per-view, which turned into a 50-person roster, and which is now
grew a life of its own.
Huge Christmas banger.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It snowballed way too fast. It's supposed to be a 70-person social distance. Let's just have a party for the wrestlers, and the fans can come see what we love about wrestling. And it just
a family get together, right? A family reunion.
What it was.
We'd all been apart for a year, right? Almost a year, and it was going to be a family reunion. That's what it was going to be.
We needed one.
Yeah,
sucked.
Yeah,
it sucked. We needed an end of summer party.
Let's rewind back to when the reset was coming.
Yeah.
Right. Because obviously the bomb shelter you were just coming off of, it was very successful in my eyes. You guys wrestled all over. Comic books, energy drink, masks, shirts. You lived the gimmick. It was the gimmick, and the gimmick sold, and I loved every second of it.
Thank you.
So when it came to the reset, I was going, well, what's he going to do, right? Obviously, nobody really knew, right? I mean, you're Shwartzy, right? You could do whatever. So when I seen your promo from House of Truth, where you just went ham, slamming your fist on the wall, coming for legs, I'm going to break a leg. I felt like that was your.
I've made good on that, by the way. I've made very good on breaking those legs.
That was, to me, in my eyes, your best promo to date.
Thank you, man.
Like I love the comedy stuff.
He's a Pokemon. He just keeps evolving.
That was a very real promo. Like they always say the best promos are real. I mean, our guy Hoodfoot cut one recently at work. Talking about he's like they now look at him like the modern Dusty Rhodes. If you're in your promos and you're giving that was a very real promo that day. And I was at House of Truth working on my I've completely reinvented how I wrestle too. Like I now grapple and catch and
Sure.
I'm a whole different ball game. And I just remember like Truth looked over at me, hey, you're a killer. Look at you.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Like, and I just never wanted to turn back. And I just was like, I gotta cut a promo right now.
Now, yeah, you just felt it, yeah.
Right, the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, you knocked it out of the park. That had me number one psyched for wrestling again. Because unlike everybody, just like pretty much everybody else, the pandemic, I don't know, man, it kind of killed maybe some of that fire I was having for wrestling at the time.
Sure.
With Here Are the Legends, we were going strong, and then all of a sudden everything was done. And so I was sitting there like, well, man,
wild.
It was like, obviously I miss going to shows, miss seeing everybody, right? But when I would turn wrestling on TV, it just, without that crowd, I just didn't feel it.
Like, God bless everybody on TV for trying. Like I hand it to everybody that wrestled in front of no crowd, but I'm watching this too, bro, and I'm like, this isn't what I like about wrestling. I need the people. I need the energy in the building flowing like fucking fine wine. And it just
the boys were out there literally killing themselves, and it's like, for what, right? For
and fans were watching, but I felt like there were some that were watching and loved it, but there was a lot of fans that were just tolerating it because they love wrestling to support it. And it's like, we don't want you to feel that way. Like, that sucks.
Yeah. So I started seeing when indie wrestling is like, it was a little easier for independent wrestling to space out and have a show like, but you hit that promo and I was like, wrestling's back, baby. Like, it's time. Let's focus. Let's get it going.
Yeah,
and then
man.
Shortly after that, Flophouse as Fuck started coming around the internet. And I thought it was just kind of funny, kind of like I was like, oh, here comes, Joe's out here causing laughs, right? And then it was like it started snowballing a little bit more. And I'm going, wait a minute, this could work, like. And then every little piece that you put out told that story. From the pictures that you made, I loved every little like caption you would have.
Thank you.
Like with the what are they, the Thieves of Greatness, or what were they? Who those that are coming? That you said are definitely not cops.
They're definitely not cops. They look like don't they look like undercover fucking cops? Like, why don't we just say what we're all thinking?
Yeah.
And like, it's funny.
And then the other guys said that they would they'd rob their grandma for like
the original sins. They look like kids that sell whippets and took their grandma's like medicine and sold it for fucking Uber money. Yeah, they're all great competitors, but let's just have a good time and laugh. I love seeing everyone smile, dude. Yep. It's just stupid national lampoonery, and everyone's having a good fucking time.
Yep, that's what wrestling used to be.
Loving and embracing and laughing, like.
I mean, we all loved our serious moments of pro wrestling, right? Shawn Michaels winning the world title for the first time, Ric Flair getting retired, right? I mean, those emotional just drag on your heartstrings. But I remember when wrestling was fun. When I turned it on Monday night because I was ready to have a good time.
Like, we had the Randy West's return to wrestling.
Perfect.
We gave emotional returns, but we wanted you to feel everything but sadness.
What'd you give? You gave everybody a live, interactive horror movie.
Yes. Oh,
Where did that come from?
Scary. Like, scary to put together and like, please don't fucking fail type shit. Like, in all honesty, like, I came up with the idea and I started formulating it, and Hoodfoot, Mo Atlas, he actually started helping me put it together, and we just started spitballing, talking about this thing every day. We were talking about this horror shit show, drive-in horror shit show. It'll be great. And it's funny because the Carver hit me up, and I've known the Carver since he was not the Carver.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey man, can you do this? And he's like, this is what I do.
This is my job.
You're gonna really give me a platform to do this? And I'm like, this is really perfect. So it was like we met each other halfway. And real talk, I didn't have a spot. That match was never going to happen. I decided to make that as I was always like a 6-match traditionalist.
Yeah.
But like now I've got 12. Fuck.
Double.
Breaking all the rules, are you?
I'm breaking all my own rules.
Well,
but,
matches, who's going to sit through that shit?
So we added it, and he came
Everybody.
up, like, I don't mean to expose the guy, but, like, he came up on his own dime and was like, I'll do that, like, because I was like, I don't have a match, but I'll make one for you. He drove from Alabama.
Wow.
And we booked him an opponent. His opponent canceled. We made sure to get him another opponent. We had Kayla Cassidy, and then Becky Idol stepped in and killed it.
Killed it. Yeah, that's how it was like.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you too. I wish I had something on the card for her. It's just you can't accommodate everybody type of thing. That's all it is. Becky Idol killed it. She will be back at Flophouse.
Yes.
But I looked at Carver in the face for this show. I said, full booking fee. I'm bringing you up. And then everybody's booking him left and right. Like, he came in. Here's the thing. He came in with, like, the least amount of stock if this were a stock exchange.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
To the fucking, he was Microsoft in its prime that night. And I'm like,
he's got money.
Cream. He's got ice cream now. He's got his own line. Yeah, he's got everything. He has booked everywhere. I was so happy with this match. And he's pouring Windex on her, and he's like getting stabbed in the eye and around with a fucking knife in his eye. I'm like, good. Couldn't have asked for a better performance from either two.
Yeah. I mean, it was literally like the end scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre right in front of you.
Right? Well, we are giving you the sequel at the second one. We're gonna do the sequel.
And you know what? And I may be even more hyped for the sequel. Now, I know everybody's like, oh, you can't top the original. I don't know, man. Haley J is dope.
Hollywood.
Yeah. I guarantee you, we have this mapped out. It will top.
She's gonna kill it. She's gonna be Scream Queen.
Oh, she's the daughter of Amazing Maria. She is solid.
This match is. I feel like this match is almost built for her. Like this is gonna be his ultimate antagonist. Right.
I don't know. Most our girls have like rap sheets and prison records. So like a Mickey Knuckles or like, like it only gets worse for him actually the more I think about it. I kind of started him at like Pallet Town. Now we're gonna get him to the Grand Stadium.
Sure. Yeah. I can't wait till you get the monster to meet the monster,
We've got monsters too. I've got Herzog, we've got Big Cuz. Big Cuz legitimate 7 feet tall. Legit.
Would you consider you guys like, I don't know, like the freak show of pro wrestling?
We're the island of misfit fucking toys.
That's the best way you look at it. The outcasts, right? The ones that maybe don't get the this show or that show when it comes up.
And we just needed the spot. And like I'm more than happy to provide.
You just put these guys online on pay-per-view.
They deserve it. Every one of them deserve it. They've all earned it before they even came to Flophouse. Most of them. They've already earned it.
You just gave that to the world. Like
it was.
That's
such a
thing.
pleasure. It's not even like they deserve it. There's so many talents that just like don't get a chance, and that's all. It's all that matters is like just new faces. That's what's fun about indie wrestling is there's new talent. We get the NXT draft every 3 months in the indies,
Who's going to be around? Yep.
Yeah, and that's one thing about you, Joe, is I mean I've known you for almost maybe 10 years now.
Long time.
And
decade of destruction.
Since I've known you, it has never been about you. It has always been about everybody else. Whether you're in the ring competing, you're going to get recognized, but you like that spotlight to be on somebody else. In everything you do, it seems to be that way. And with Flophouse, it's no different. You're putting people out there who a lot of people may not have seen before, may not even know. And these people are going on to other things because you're putting the spotlight on them. And you've always been like that. And that's one thing that I really appreciate about you is the way that you lift other people up in this business. And there's not enough people in this industry like that. And I think that
supposed to go through the lull we're
really,
going
that's
through right
really
now.
fucking kind, man.
I mean, we're literally going through. We're going.
I'm on Zoom now.
We're on the COVID. We're on the COVID era of wrestling, obviously, but we're kind of on the scandal issue of wrestling too, where there's been some shit going on.
Oh my God, didn't we have one today or something? Like
just another one.
Logan Stunt.
So I mean,
Logan Stunt's the latest one.
It's a fresher breath air to have somebody like you come in and build people up.
I'll be honest with you too, and I'll say it here because it doesn't need to be like all over the internet, like slapped on my Facebook, and but I'll say it here because we're in one of those interviews where we talk about a little bit of behind the scenes stuff,
and we can cut stuff out.
No, you can keep this though. I just recently got rid of somebody on my roster because I had people come to me and say this wrestler did some unsavory things, and we have the videos, and it rubbed us the wrong way. And man, my guys matter. The guy was gone. Guy's gone. Just gone. I told everybody in a post I said, you can come to me and Randy if you need anything. And I meant that. And I hope that proves that you just let us know. Just let us know because there's no, what the fuck? Yeah. Okay, so here's what I said yesterday. I was at Cody Hawk's. We were training over there. We go there like every Wednesday. God bless Cody Hawk.
Yeah.
God bless Cody Hawk.
Still the man, dude. Yeah.
Winners.
Yeah.
We were there and we were just talking about in a business where your job is to read the room. You literally go in a ring and you have to read the room. Fucking wrestlers can't read the room. When it comes to girls and how to act and boys or whatever you're into, it's whatever doesn't get me in trouble, I'm saying it. But and I mean it, but it's to read the fucking room. Yeah. Don't act like a scumbag, don't act like a creep. Go on Twitter, read the room. Nobody wants you to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Don't touch girls if they don't want to be touched. Once upon a time, we didn't have the internet so much. We had to go to the bar and physically have social skills with women. And it was hard for some and it was easy for others. But at the same time, you learn not to just go grab girls back in the day. And this informal communication shit kind of has guys and girl. You know what? There was a girl that was very handsy the other day with Dean Ambrose, and he was very kind about it. But or John Moxley or whatever we call him. Yeah. Whatever. He's fucking amazing. But girls,
the GOAT.
Girls, just because you think a boy is cute doesn't mean he's not married. Get your fucking hands off.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes both ways.
Yeah, it just definitely broke my heart. Some of them names on those lists, I guess I thought of them as close, and then you didn't, but I didn't know, right? So you go, well, how close are we if I didn't know that's how you were,
Just ask, whatever happened to having a communication, open line.
And another thing too, is it makes you wonder how long has this been going on before
forever.
These people started being outed? Because once somebody gets outed publicly, then it's just a chain reaction. Everybody else feels
I can tell you right now,
enough.
when I started, it was happening. When my trainers told me it was always happening, but the way we acted about it, we just kind of don't do it and stay away from it. But you don't say anything. You'll lose your spot and you'll lose your job. And I'm so glad we can just talk about it now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sucked. I had to stay quiet. I didn't have to, but so if most people notice, I spoke up the last couple of years and I got kicked out of a lot of places. And now we don't see Jonathan Wolf and other people around. And it's I had taken the hit for a couple of years and it's whatever. It's moot point now. But I was trying, other people were trying to speak up and you blackballed them too, or you not blackballed them, but you didn't use them or they got cut. Like there was other people that tried to help out, and it was frowned upon. So now I'm glad we can kind of like just do our thing and talk about it, and we don't.
No,
have
it took guys like you to say, you know what, fuck it, we're done. You know, and that it did. You said it took guys like you. It took people like Maria. It took that were like
Maria. Maria's been a soldier.
Like we were tired of our locker room being like this. It used to be a family back there, and it still is. So you're messing with one of our girls, you're messing with us, and that's how I always felt like it too.
It's a shame that some of these girls don't feel like they're just always on guard that like a dude's trying to bang her.
Yeah.
Like every time, like they just want to be friends with you, dude.
Yeah,
they just want to be your friend. There's nothing wrong with that.
They want to talk about Walking Dead too. They don't.
That's it.
Like Jesus. Did you play Fortnite or some shit? I get it. I'm with you. 100%.
Yeah. They just want to be your friend. They'll let you know if, like, little social cues will tell you if it's going farther. But
exactly,
like, social cues.
Yeah.
Or maybe just ask, like, hey, I'm sort of into you. Are you into me? I don't mean any pressure. Like, fuck it.
Whatever happens.
Tell me I'll zone over here. Okay.
Chivalry is becoming dead, isn't it?
Well, chivalry also gets laughed at.
True.
Oh, you look like a pussy. Like, what?
Yep.
But also, then you hear, well, then also chivalry is not being conscious of equal rights. Like, it's like we're learning as we go. Human beings. That's
what I always say to myself too. Is like I've definitely made mistakes. I know I have. But I'm learning as I go. This is a whole new territory for me. I came from a small town, so
I used
very close.
I used to throw the F word, in regards to homosexuals around
a
lot in early 2005. Now
I unlearned use that word.
Yeah. Now these days I unlearned my behavior. And I relearned how to act around people that I love and care about, and how that's not acceptable. And I don't even do it.
Yeah, it took us usually finding somebody that goes, Joe, that really hurt.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed to say that once upon a time, but I also am not embarrassed to say I unlearned that behavior. Listen, you got to unlearn that shit.
Yeah. Well, you've heard the same things with the, obviously breaking into the business as like with the Jewish character, right? Because you heard everything too. So
the Hebrew hammer.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fun for a minute.
Yeah.
I still have the shirt.
I loved it. I loved the gimmick, but it was still.
Remember the shirt made by the Chinese kids under the table? You remember that?
I do.
That's an inside joke. Heroes and Legends too. But
let's go back to your time at Heroes and Legends. Obviously, you held the tag team championships.
Yes.
What would you say was maybe your favorite match of that run?
Like I want to say Rock and Roll, but it wasn't. It was Ming and Barbarian.
Yeah,
it was Barbarian and Warlord. I'm sorry,
Warlord. Yeah.
Warlord.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was unexpectedly fun because like I'll be honest, like I don't have a problem with Riggy, but like he was like kind of preoccupied that day, and it's fine. But like it's no big deal. He can perform on a dime, but it was the Warlord and Barbarian that I was like thought would be more like it's been a long day.
Yeah.
I've got a lot.
Not so much,
dude.
no.
Barbarian gets in there. Oh, he's moving, he's grooving, he's jumping, he's moving, dude. This guy is just like I want to do everything, and Warlord was like really tired from his travel.
Yeah.
But he was super awesome about it and super accommodating. So he didn't even give us a hard time because he was tired.
Sure.
It's a long. Heroes and Legends is a long day. It's a professional setup. You have media, you have seminars, you have vendor booths, and you have meet and greets, and then you have the show. So you know how it goes. But I'm saying for the viewers listening.
Yeah. Me and Sean are number one, number two in the building.
Yeah, it's a long day. It's like a day at WWE and a pay-per-view day.
Yep.
So
let's sneak away to my hotel always at Heroes and Legends and sleep for 2 hours.
This guy. So let's talk about I had mentioned earlier about evolution, about you being a living Pokemon.
Yeah, evolution is a mystery.
It's a mystery.
That's what
let's try and shed some light on it.
Yeah, I think it's Triple H said.
Your current persona, what led up to it, and what made you who you are right now?
This is me. This is me turned up to 100. This is not I guess you can call it a gimmick because you're turning it up to 100. But like, this is me.
Just oozing with
Kind of
BDE.
wild. And I couldn't be wild for a long time because like I was doing the Hebrew Hammer, or like even when I was a supervillain, I had to like mind my P's and Q's because I had to get jobs. And then like I became this family-friendly time traveler, which I loved. I love Doctor Who and all the time. Like that's one of my favorite sci-fi genre pickups is the time travel and dimension hopping. But like, man, I just want to be free. Like,
so I get it.
I just kind of let happen what happens. So it started off, I was just going to be I just was like, I'm going to be the psychedelic shooter type of thing. Like, this is me. I just like to kind of, this kind of works. And then as I'm going, I'm like, check out this big dick energy. and it never went away. And I'm like, this is a speak on this confidence that I never got to have. It's not that I use my appendage to throw people like Joey Ryan. I think that's stupid, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't judge it. I mean, I judge Joey for his terribleness, but you know, that it's whatever. Wrestling's whatever. You can do whatever you want, make it work. I don't think that like if you punched me in my groin, you're gonna hurt your hand.
Yeah.
It's big dick energy is just confidence, and like all these girls are talking about having their confidence. This is a man's confidence, bro.
It's machismo.
Yeah.
You're a man, yeah.
And I think a lot of guys can relate to that. There's a lot of guys that like what I do, and they're just like, fuck yeah, like I want some big dick energy. Like, you have it, bro. Like
you got to have a cologne line this time.
Effie and like so many other guys have colognes. But I'm bringing the energy drinks back. The energy drinks are coming back.
They're going to be BDE energy this time?
They're selling big dick energy. It'll be available in a month. It'll be bigger cans, new can. It'll be...
Love it.
Yeah, we're bringing them back.
We'll do about a case and a half of those.
Case of big dick energy will do you.
Is that how much you need, really?
I tell you, that was a tasty energy drink on top of it. It wasn't like a gimmick.
No, we taste tested everything before we got it.
You didn't just give somebody piss water in a can and say, here, that was good stuff.
Speaking of heroes and legends and energy drinks, George South was so sad. I felt like an asshole. I felt like I shot his dog. Yeah. He walks over and goes, "Oh, y'all got energy drinks?" Yeah. And he holds up a bottle of George South water. Goes, all I got is this water, man.
Oh, wow.
I go, yeah, but you're George fucking South, and I'm just Joseph Schwartz. So, you got that going.
Love it. I love George. George is so much fun.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome.
He was so much fun that day. But yeah, definitely. I remember he came to me earlier and asked about your energy drinks too. And man, how do I get a gimmick like them energy drinks?
How to get them energy drinks, man?
And I was like, you're gonna have to go talk to Joe, man. I don't know how to.
I wouldn't tell him for the world. Oh my God, I was sorry, brother. You know how this business works.
I love it.
Got a corner of my market.
Give the workers shake and.
I had to kayfabe George South. That's such a dick thing. George South's such a cool dude.
Speaking of that, maybe not somebody you've been in the ring with. Who was like, I don't know, somebody like really that you were just on a show with.
What do you mean? What was the question?
Like Heroes of Legends, how we bring in a lot of people that don't wrestle or just vendor guests, right?
Right.
Who was probably the coolest one you met that way?
D-Lo.
Yeah.
No.
D-Lo.
D-Lo knew Randy. Never mind. That doesn't count.
You like
D-Lo couldn't wake up in the morning to go to a TV interview with me. What's wrong with that guy?
Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund was amazing.
Bob Backlund doing his fucking squats and
dips
fucking dips and showing off these kids what cardio looks like. I was like, ugh.
What is he now?
A national treasure.
What is he? 90? Like.
He's 25 all over again every year.
He is a national treasure, that man, I'll tell you.
He is defined as spry. He is. You look up spry in the fucking dictionary, and there's
his picture right there.
Like I just
fucking do squats.
Well, then, like I said,
speaking of names, this show you got coming up in December, got a pretty big name. Got a pretty big name up there.
Oh,
Hey,
little name scheme.
listen, we got
Little
Cole
name
Radrick, baby.
We love Cole. We love Cole. We're
Yeah,
talking
we do
maybe
love Cole.
maybe a little higher than Cole.
I'm talking a little bit higher. She's
Isaiah.
Isaiah? Definitely.
He's pretty too.
He's taller.
I love high. Love
We
high.
were talking
We're
about
talking about Jazz.
A little more bald. That's the one I'm talking about. It's Jazz, baby.
Jazz, baby.
Yeah. So what led up to that? How did that conversation go? Say, hey, Jazz, you want to be Flophouse as fuck? If so, is that pretty much the gist of it? Yeah.
No, I wish that was it. That would have been easier. What happened was she retired.
Right.
And I just put up a post and I was like, this was supposed to happen. And I'm glad Randy's back, but like this was supposed to happen. And she was like contacted by Nova. Mike Bucci went out of his way and
another awesome person.
Just put Randy over, put me like publicly too. Like it was, I turn red in the face like when people do that. I know we all like to see it, but it's like, oh my God, like that's so kind.
Well,
fuck are we? And I reached out to Jazz because she was like, have him reach out to me, and I did. And next thing you know, Jazz's Flophouse is fun.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
One of the easiest human beings I've ever spoken to. She's such an awesome person, and I haven't even like,
her.
Yeah,
I've heard that about her. I heard she's
so far so real, super real, super cool.
Yeah, well, somebody just like what you're.
So she's coming in. She's coming in. She has something she wants to say in the middle of our ring.
Oh,
she wants. And she has something that she claims she must address.
Oh.
So
we're going to let her do it.
That's
interesting.
Do we get
any hints, or do you not even know?
All she told me was she's bringing luggage, baby.
Bringing luggage.
Oh, bringing luggage. Okay. Well,
I don't know what you packed to come to Flophouse, but it sounds to me like she's itching for a Flophouse-esque fisticuffs fight.
Well,
maybe I don't know. Maybe she wants to slap box, the Nickelback guy, Lincoln Mosley. I don't know.
Is Nickelback still outlawed at Flophouse?
Oh yeah, number one rule: not allowed. No Nickelback.
No Nickelback.
Fucking no Nickelback. Nope. You play it on your phone, you're kicked out.
Like you're done. Game over.
Wow. I'm assuming you have people roving around listening for the lyrics coming out of phones and headphones.
Don't you Nickelback me, baby.
Let's talk about somebody else that you've got. You did mention him a bit ago. Isaiah. I have nothing but great things to say about Isaiah. He's always been a great friend now for a number of years, and I'm excited to see him there. I really am.
That's my big brother in the business. Yeah. Like we come from the same dojo. Mm-hmm. And as you'll notice, I've got a lot of the dojo boys on there. I've got Dale and Josh. I've got the Young Dragons. Can't have a Flophouse show without my Dragons.
Yeah.
They're killing the deathmatch scene, man.
And I will say this: they will not be death matching this time. We have death matches, but for Christmas, I need them to not bleed. I need them to have a night off. So I'm going to put them in tag team action, and maybe I'll announce the match right here.
Oh,
yeah.
Here we go.
Exclusive. Lincoln Mosley, that Nickelback playing motherfucker, reached out to me and said that his boys, the Mercury Brothers, were not happy, that they also got beat up by Maria and told that they couldn't. They actually like Nickelback too.
Oh.
So the Mercury Brothers started harassing my inbox. So I decided to put the Mercuries against the Young Dragons, and we will see them. And the Mercury Brothers will be managed by Lincoln Mosley.
Oh,
well, heaven help them.
Yeah, the Dragons destroy them. Imagine them used to have. Imagine, yes.
I'm praying.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great match, and I'm super stoked.
I'm excited.
Obviously, we're stoked enough.
Zero tag matches last show.
I loved it. I loved it. Tag team wrestling to me has always had a special place in my heart. So, obviously the Heart Foundation, the Bulldogs, right?
Sure.
The Killer Bees, right? I mean, I love tag team wrestling. So to see it come back in the independents is fun too, and to see it come back on TV. I mean, I feel like AEW is trying to do that. I feel like Ring of Honor is trying to do that.
Well, as you see, I've got other tag teams coming in, and I haven't announced what I'm doing with all those tag teams. I've got a lot of tag teams.
I was going to say we got with the Thieves of Greatness coming in. Who else? The Original Sins.
The Original Sins.
I'm gonna get a whipping off them while I'm down there. I think.
What's that?
You got hungry for a whippet.
Gotta get a whippet real quick.
Sell whippets. Of course, we have the old lady Thunder Kitty making her return.
She might find a partner. Who knows? I know Mickey Knuckles. So Mickey Knuckles said that whatever we're doing with the tag teams, she said she doesn't give a fuck who we throw with her. She wants to beat up 2 people at once.
Wow.
So I will say, whatever we do with those tag teams, Mickey Knuckles wants to throw her hat at it. We got Mickey Knuckles coming out. There's another exclusive
Mickey Knuckles can take a couple people.
Yeah, we've got Mickey Knuckles coming.
I love Mickey to death.
So I said it gets worse for the Carver if he keeps going up the line. And
yeah. So Mickey's gonna want a piece of that. She's gonna
teach these girls how to make shivs.
Here's one thing I'm excited about too. Apollo Q.
The best.
Let's talk about him for a minute.
Kept secret.
What's that?
He's the best kept secret. So you guys,
I would say
guys had reached out, and I was putting the graphic together. I had to go get a test. So I do COVID test weekly, so I had to go do that. It took a little longer.
That's always fun
because we travel. All wrestlers go do that every week. But I was putting the graphic together. But you guys were kind enough to sponsor our event.
Love it.
So since I'm putting the graphic out later tonight, let's talk about Apollo Star.
Yes.
Let's talk about him.
So you guys are sponsoring Apollo Star's match, and we've got quite an opponent for him.
Oh, we got another announcement going on here?
Yep. We feel Apollo Star is the best kept secret in indie wrestling, and that's annoying because he shouldn't be a secret. He's so good. He recently, if you saw his last Flophouse performance, dropped weight and is now moving quicker, smoother, more fluent. He's like a well-oiled machine. So, there's a lot of these kids that are out there making a name for themselves on big shows like GCW, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I contacted someone off the GCW roster.
Oh.
I hit up JJ Garrett.
Oh, no. JJ Garrett.
JJ Garrett!
Yes.
So JJ Garrett's going to find himself in the wrong end of Naptown.
Oh,
and I'm going to have JJ Garrett go against Apollo Star, as sponsored by Hotdog and Handshake.
Love it.
Yay!
Very good.
Yay, wrestling.
Well, this is an amazing night. We're talking about everything from past to present, and we're getting announcements for that haven't even been announced yet. Brand spanking new announcements. I
get excited. I just say things. I shouldn't say them. I'm not going to announce I have other announcements. I got to just shut the fuck up.
We'll get you over here. We love you to death, Joe, and I appreciate you coming on the show.
It's my pleasure. I love being there.
We can't wait to be Flophouse as fuck. We're psyched. It's going to be a great time.
Absolutely.
Are you going to do karaoke with Jazz?
I'm a karaoke. I love karaoke.
We're going to have karaoke right in that ring as soon as that main event ends. Karaoke in the ring.
I'm singing On the Road Again with you, with a duet.
I just want to know, is there going to be rum ham again?
Oh, yeah. Rum ham's the main course. So we're serving Christmas dinner.
That's right.
We're not doing concessions. We're doing Christmas fucking dinner. We can do a plate of Christmas of rum ham. We're gonna have so many rum hams. They're all gonna be looking at each other, fucked up. They might be hooking up in the fucking pans. Like, gosh, ham's getting it on.
Go ahead and hit us with that date and how people can maybe become Flophouse as fuck themselves.
Absolutely. So December 19th, Saturday, show starts at 7 p.m. ish. Doors open at 9 or at 6. I'm sorry, 6 o'clock, and we will have a Santa there for you to take pictures with. He will be extremely wasted and out of his gourd, but you can take pictures with him. You can be there. All you have to do is inbox me to see these 12 big matches that I've got. 12. Invite only. But all you got to do is inbox me. I am down to about 75, and that might even go down. I'm kind of walking a line. Realistically, I've got 50. But like,
just until this show drops.
I just want to keep an eye on the laws and shit because I mean, let's be responsible to some degree.
Yeah, we're not trying to hurt
people. A little bit, never hurt.
Not trying to hurt people, trying to have a good time.
Yeah, but inbox me. I'll get you hooked up. 18 and up for a very, very good reason. It's
sorry, you 16-year-olds.
I'm sorry, but us adults need a night to ourselves.
Yep.
Amen.
Parents got to play.
Parents got to play, and parents are 18 now. So.
Like I said, we definitely appreciate you. We're going to be there. I hope everybody else is there.
Hell yeah, guys. I appreciate you guys having me on. I
appreciate you being the very first guest. You're the very first guest of the show. We're ready to launch and go live, and you were number one.
Well, if you ask me, Hotdog and a Handshake podcast, Flophouse as fuck.
Flophouse as fuck.
We love that. We love that. Don't forget, the only way to get into Flophouse is to message Joseph Schwartz, and it's still an undisclosed location, correct?
I'm not telling you where it is.
All right. So the only way you're going to get in and the only way you're going to find out where it's at is to go directly through him. And remember, not a lot of tickets left. Get yours before they're gone.
I'll literally be mocking people with a sign that you can't get in.
There you go. And remember, if you go, no Nickelback, or you'll be right back out the door and you'll miss out on the rum ham.
All right. Appreciate you guys. And we'll be back to end this whole show for you in just a few. That was the interview with the great Joseph Schwartz and the first episode of Hotdog and a Handshake podcast, which we haven't done in a long time. It's been sitting out there floating around. COVID, all this stuff happens. So we're here. We're here to stay. We got some great interviews lined up for you, including the next interview, which will be with Supermex Hernandez. So he has a rap sheet a mile long from the company he's worked for, the tag team championships he's won with LAX. We're going to talk about all that. So tune in for the next episode on Spotify. We're going to be on Google Play, iTunes, anywhere you can find your podcast needs. We're going to be on there. So look us up on Facebook, follow us, like us, share us. Got any questions for next episodes? Leave it on there. Message us. So anyway, we appreciate you coming along for this ride. We appreciate you downloading, listening, sharing, doing all that great stuff. We love you. We'll see you next time.